Hi, my name is Michelle, and I have been working with Brad for about a year now. I've also been acting for only a year. I found Brad when I was looking online. I wanted to just see what was out there, pursue classes, and I watched one of his YouTube videos, and I was just really interested in his approach to acting, and I just thought he seemed really inviting. He seemed really experienced. He knew what he was talking about, so I gave him a call and I started Skyping with him. I started Skyping with Brad, and basically it was one-on-one coaching that I was able to do with him. Extremely convenient for me. I live about an hour and a half away, and with my work schedule at the time, there was absolutely no way I was going to be able to make it to classes. It turned out that the Skyping worked so well. Before I met Brad, I had zero acting experience at all, and after the first lesson, I knew for a fact this was going to work for me and that I was actually going to be able to learn and gain, I think, just as much as I would if I had come to class. People are auditioning over Skype now. Sometimes directors, maybe they're out of town and they want to see you over Skype. So I think it's a really good medium for people to get used to. So when I first started coming to class and acting with Brad, I didn't necessarily have any bad habits, but I didn't necessarily have any good habits because I was so new to acting. So I was extremely moldable for Brad. Like, I was able to just take in and absorb everything he was teaching me, and it just gave me a really solid structure. You know, for example, we'll go over an emotion in the scene, and one of the things is, how do you build up that intense amount of emotion? You know, maybe it's like you're really angry in a scene, but me as Michelle, I feel extremely happy. How do I get from A to B? So he'll go over some breathing exercises with you, and you know, he'll teach you where to keep your mind throughout the entire scene. And I just think it's extremely helpful for everyone, because when you're analyzing a scene and you're preparing it at home, when it comes time to execute, all those things you just worked on are there. So one of the things that I really love about Brad's critiquing is that he does it in a way where he will point out something you did that was maybe off or wasn't the best choice to make. But when he does it, he makes it extremely relatable to you. So he kind of gets to know who you are, and he'll address it in a way that he knows you will understand. But maybe he'll address it to someone else in a way that they will understand, but he's doing it in a gentle way. And I've heard so many stories about other acting coaches and teachers who have just been brutal to the point where somebody leaves crying or they leave totally discouraged. But when Brad does it, it's extremely encouraging. And he himself says so many times, I've done the same thing, I've been there, this is why I know that's why you did this, or that's what caused you to do that. So he's just teaching you in a way to improve what you're doing. And then you bring the work back and you make the changes, and it's like night and day. Brad has a way of making the room feel really relaxed, and yet it's still structured. So he's getting you familiar with, when you're doing a scene, if there's all these other, I don't know, background noises or commotion going on, it's training you how to be focused in just you and your partner. So when you go into audition, if there's distractions, it's not going to throw you out of your scene. Taking classes with Brad has been not just a great learning experience, but it's fun. He'll do things that are funny. They'll lighten up the room, and we're sitting in here as somebody's doing a scene, and he'll point something out, and we can all relate to it. And so it brings this comfort to a room, and you're working with your scene partners, and I don't know, you're just building these friendships, you're building an understanding, you're creating an environment that you can be completely vulnerable and open with each other. It's just constantly, I don't know, being around a really supportive environment, and then also seeing that what he is teaching us is working, and watching other people grow. It gives me confidence that I'm in the right place.